welcome back to the NFQL, brought to you by Gratwick Gaming, 26 shirts, code socks, and those of us here at Trainwreck Sports. I'm your host, Maniac. We're waiting for our co-host, Code Socks, but we have a great fill-in the meantime in the form of Mr. Drew Gear, Mr. Rock Pile Report. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fired up, sir. I am happy to be here. Watching football. Man, I can't tell you, I am pumped. I don't care if it's real or not. It's real to me, damn it.
Well, I'll tell you what is real and definitely not fake. The stakes for this game, and they could not be higher. You see the Bills in their all-white jerseys getting ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams, a huge matchup in this 2020 season. The Bills needing a win, and they are in, Drew. They would be into the 2020 playoffs with a win in this Week 17 matchup.
I mean, that's incredible, given the fact that, when you look at the roster, the fact that I guess when you look at what the expectations were when you came into the season, the fact that it's all come down to this. At the wire, you're talking about your winning division hopes on the line in this last game. It's not exactly where I thought I'd see the team, and if you're a fan at home, you're nervous.
No doubt, nerves are high, but the kickoff is just about to get underway. We'll catch you up real quick again here, folks. Miami beat the Bills twice during the regular season, but they lost earlier today, finishing at 8-8. The Bills, currently sitting at 8-7, will be in a win-and-in situation in this Week 17 match against the LA Rams. And these fans can start winning before the Bills do, Drew. If they comment who they think will score the first Bills touchdown and that player does, they could win a chance to win. They would enter to win a chance for a $25 gift card to a local restaurant of their choosing, courtesy of Gratwick Gaming. So you just need to comment the Bills player you think is going to score that first touchdown to win. You see Jared Goff numbers, about 3,600 yards, 27 TDs, 12 interceptions. Pretty good season. Obviously for the former NFC champion. And the Rams will start off trying to set the tempo on the ground. Tre'Davious White coming up and laying some wood early, Drew.
Well, Trey White's one of those guys. He's never shy to get up in the run. You know what I mean? He's definitely not timid. I mean, that's what makes you an all-pro, right? I mean, he showcased that right there.
No doubt about it. Love the comments. We got Kyle Joseph chiming in, Diggs. We got Cam Season saying Beasley. Jim S. chiming in with Moss first CD. I love the Moss pick. Dennis Netzel, Singletary, AJ, Beaslly. Rams with a second down, and Trent Murphy subbing. We got a flag. It is. It's going to be interesting to see what Sean does. I think he'll back him up. And they do. They'll be inside the 20. It'll be 2nd and 19. Chance for this defense to make a play early, Drew.
Well, and that's the thing. This pass rush is dangerous. The more opportunities you give a defense like that, the more chances something could go terribly wrong. That was a beautiful pass break up there.
Speaking of terribly wrong, I was going to say, I believe that was Levi Wallace. If he didn't get a hand on that LA Ram player might still be going. So, interesting, great pass breakup, bringing up a 3rd and long on this first set of downs for LA. Folks, you know what that means. The Bills might be getting the ball back real quick. Make sure you get that comment and who you think is going to score the first Bills touchdown for a chance to win a $25 gift card to your favorite local restaurant, courtesy of Greg.
That play was beautiful. They overloaded the the left defensive end side there, and just sent they brought the pressure, and Goff just couldn't take it. Couldn't deal with it.
Yep. Dunzo, and a great tempo setting first set of downs for that Bills defense. Rams will be forced to punt. Let's see how the punt coverage is here. I mean, that's a missile. Punted that to the end zone from inside the other 20. He'll take that 60-yard net.
Wow. Someone check the name on the back of that jersey. I want to know who that guy is and where he plans on playing next year.
Absolute missile silo they just dropped. So you see Josh Allen, a boat ton of yards, 4,400, Drew. So just short of about 300 yards per game. Got a pretty good TD to int ratio. He was about at 1-to-1 earlier in the year, so he's made progress. Out of the I formation, the Bills will start things.
Oh! Squeezing out some extra yards.
I described that play pretty well. It looked like he had some good blocking and could have gone, but it's a good first down play. Do we have a false start? I'll tell you what. Oh, no, it's encroachment. Okay, I was going to say, Drew, we do not typically see false starts out of this Bills team on this sim, brought to you by Gratwick Gaming. So I was saying maybe the nerves were high, big, Week 17 matchup road, and also you in attendance.
I'll tell you this, after you being on the road, after you watch the offense go 3 and out like that, a good drive by the Bills here could do a really nice job to quiet that crowd down and kind of take some of you're talking about those pre-snap penalties. You limit them there. Better communication.
No doubt about it. Looks like they're going backwards on first down. You see the Hogs up front getting it done. Quentin Spain enjoying himself. Stephon Diggs and Zach Moss taking photos. You gotta love the swagger they have. Oh no, they got a productive down. Or no, I don't know what's happening. Whatever. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that jet sweep worked out for him.
Okay, I couldn't tell by the way he got tackled. And looked like that was a face mask on Singletary. Yep, got him by the frontal. A lot of people talking about the face mask this week. People saying that white fat face mask is the way for the Bills to go in the future.
Do you think it makes it easier for the referees to spot when the foul happens?
Oh no, just for style points. But I just wanted to segue.
Well, I'll tell you this: the Rams have come out really sloppy in this. I'm surprised by that.
No doubt, they look like they're the team on the road that's playing with nerves. Instead, the Bills are coming out and operationally working their way down the field. That's Tyler Kroft. Nice getting him in for a nice first down game. We're going to stay in second and manageable. Looks like this offense is all about staying on schedule early.
Is that Tyler Kroft with the game-winning touchdown catch last week?
I believe it was. They may have lost last week, but recently, as
against the Jets, yeah.
A few weeks apart instead they end up days. I don't know what's happening. 2nd and 5 or 6. Here we go.
Let's face it, it's quarantine life. Nobody really knows what day it is anymore.
Yeah, seriously. I'm only tracking weeks at this point. But seriously, we hope you all are staying safe and healthy out there. I'm Big Cap Sports here with Drew Gear of Rockpile Report. Follow them on Twitter at Rockpile Report. We're here taking in this Bills action. And when Drew's taking it, you never know what's going to happen, whether he's doing a live show with some beers or if he's in his season tickets going live at halftime.
Oh, yeah. No, the Maniac has slid into the seats a couple times and disrupted our live broadcast, which is amazing. We always love when he pops in like it's a WWE match. But right now, we just watched Josh Allen kind of sail one there. I mean, I know you talked about how he's in the running for MVP, but that's a moment where you're going to make that throw.
And we see in the sim, these teams do lean to be a little conservatively. And they're going to go for a fake. DeMarco is stuffed. Oh. No. McDermott and co looking to set the tempo early on the road. Instead, the Rams get Uncle Mo swinging back towards their side.
Man, that's a gutsy call in a situation like that. I watched Jeff Fisher do that before in a Bills game and had it blow up in his face that badly. Man.
Yeah, that was very Fisher-esque, I'm not going to lie. And I'll tell you what, the chat isn't happy. Will Philbrick, horrible call. L Super, terrible fake. Kyle Joseph, why? Kyle Joseph, why? Robert Williams, WTF. L Super, fire McDermott. People are not happy. Hey, what? People aren't happy, but we're getting more viewers tuning in. We're closing in on 100. Let's go. Cooper Kupp, meanwhile, getting the Rams across midfield. And Drew, the Bills were developing momentum, an early first drive stop of the Rams, a nice first drive on offense, but it seems to have all gone away in the last 2 plays.
Oh, I mean that's a gut punch right there. Like you said, momentum. When it shifts, sometimes it shifts hard, and it seems to be really kind of biting the Bills in the butt right now.
And I know some of you may be saying, where is the co-host Code Sox? He had a matter to attend to. He's going to be joining us momentarily. And hopefully joining us momentarily will be someone making a play on this Bills defense, because this is the point to stiffen up if you want to hold the Rams on this drive.
Man, I right now what you're seeing is they're spreading the Bills out horizontally and then kind of making plays to space, and there's a lot of cushion out there for this offense. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan.
Yeah, I mean, Sean McVay is a guru at getting these players into space, getting one-on-one matchups. Kind of had a weird end to last year. I'm not gonna lie though. They kind of fell off a little bit. I don't know whether the league caught up a little bit. Their game plan got stale. I don't know what happened.
Offensive line also took a big step back. I mean, that's what happens when you live and die by the sort of trades and free agency. Guys are going to go when you can't afford them anymore, and at that point, that's the type of disruption that you kind of live and die by.
True.
Oh man.
Offense. Kind of staying on schedule. Wow, 8 yards on first. I thought that was 6. Sheesh. Gotta get myself together.
No, they're really cranking out the yardage here. All right.
on 2nd and short.
All right, that's a huge play.
Now it's 3rd and 5. Let's get the hearts out in the chat. Let's get the hearts out on Twitter. Let's get the hearts out on Facebook. Shout out everyone tuning in. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. It's all rocking and rolling. Twitter. We are rocking and rolling here. Maniac of Trainwreck Sports. Watching this Grantwood Gaming Madden Sim with Drew Gear of Rock Pile Report. The Bills are in a win and in situation. Rams' second offensive possession. Chance to get off the field here for the Bills defense. Well, at least with only a field goal attempt.
One of the things,
Fourth and inches.
Things that's interesting. What's interesting to me is it seems like they learned something from that first drive where the pressure the Bills were bringing was it really ended the drive. Since then, what they've done is just a lot of short, quick patterns to try to keep that pass rush at bay, and it seems to be working.
No doubt. Is it Sean McVay with an AI at the end when it's the computer doing it? But no, you're right. The quick hitters, like they've been hitting them all drive. Okay, for the Bills, will hold them to a field goal attempt. It's going to be a 41-yarder. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's up, and it's good. 2 possessions.
All right.
The second one gets them a field goal. Gostkowski, the LA Rams lead 3-0.
Now I'll tell you this. There's some things that the Bills need to figure out on that drive. They obviously were protected. I think that deep shot early scared them. That deep attempt that Levi Wallace almost didn't make the play on scared him. And on this second drive, they've been kind of conservative on defense, and McVay really took it to them in those short patterns. They really got to step up the aggression on their next possession.
You're right, though. That aggressive defense in the first drive is what they needed on the second one when they were going with quick hitters. Josh Allen offense. How do you feel about this tight I formation coming out to start this drive?
Not a fan of this. Not a fan of this. Oh boy, get out!
Face to Devin, and it's a first down. Dable says, "Take that, Drew." All that execution.
I'll tell you this, nothing makes me happier than when I'm in the stands at a Bills game criticizing the offensive formation and it goes for a big play, and everyone within 15 feet of me just starts booing me. It's like, all right, let it rain down. I deserve this.
Oh, you know what it is? It's the pinnacle of ignorance is bliss, and it's about something that you love, so it's like the best of all worlds.
Oh.
We've seen those type of plays before.
They went back to it. And that was...
That was one, you just take the film and you burn it.
Yeah, the blocking just absolutely deteriorated on that right off the snap. He came in untouched.
Yeah, untouched. Basically blitzed into a toss. It's like a tree.
Yeah, exactly. That's one where you kind of got to give the kid a pep talk. You need a pep talk after a play like that.
Audible out of that. He has to see the matchup. No bueno.
No. All right, Moose.
Okay, here we go. Josh Allen over big completion, and who is that? Dawson Knox.
Now, from what you've been telling me, Dawson Knox has been a machine this season. That was a good play.
Monster play. And that's where he dominates, Drew, is over the middle of the field. These matchups against linebackers, he's a killer.
Oh, man.
He could really be something special this year with Diggs, Beasley, and Brown to complement the outside.
I mean, you've opened up the middle of the field for him. It's just his hands. His hands seem to have gotten better, which right there, that's a play where last year he would have missed that.
And again, out of the I formation. Oh, my gosh. They were trying to win the double coverage. Drew's not pleased with that, I'll tell you.
Living dangerously, Josh Allen.
I like to see Allen in this, the empty set shotgun. It makes it a little easier to read the field. He's trying to get out of this pocket, but he can't escape. Sacked.
See, now this is one of the things that Josh Allen, I had hoped going into year 2 he would have gotten better at, is knowing when to just throw the ball away, live to fight another day. But it seems like he's still hanging on to it there.
I hear you. Yeah, he was definitely still throwing that last year, trying to run and make a play. Sometimes, I mean, I think he'll be a little bit more discernible on when to be responsible this year. In all fairness, though, that is one defensive line player that's a bad matchup against.
Yeah.
3rd and 14. The Bills need the 37-yard line for a first down, but they also have Tyler Bass, so they're not afraid to drop some bombs with. Let's see what happens with the play call. Allen gets rid of it before he's hit. Complete. It'll be up to the 45 to Devin Singletary. Depending on the wind, we're going to see what McDermott does here, folks. big decision upcoming for Coach.
I'll tell you, it better not be another fake punt, or else things are going to get real ugly in this broadcast.
Fake punt. I'm telling you, I've seen like only a handful of those. I can't believe that your first drive you literally saw it. It's incredible.
If he calls another one while I'm watching this here tonight, I'm going to demand that he has to grow a Jeff Fisher mustache and then immediately shave it off in shame.
Okay, that's fair. That's totally fair. By the way, Drew, this is how in these sims that Josh Allen gets to like 300 yards passing and the Bills have like 17 points. I'm not joking. Like that, like literally, it happens in this sim all the time. Like he'll have 450 yards passing and he'll have like 27 points.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm into this. I'm into it. I haven't seen football in. Oh my God, I'm in. My palms are itchy.
I love how you're like having this realization as you're watching. I'm into this.
I am into this. No, because I watched the Jets game, and I was like, you know what? I'm excited to see the next one, much less talk about it. Let's go.
Yep, most out, and as is everybody else. We're all chiming in. I'm seeing a ton of comments, and we are closing in on over 100 on Facebook alone. Shout out to all Bills Mafia with myself and Drew Gear of Rock Pile Report. We'll be joined by Code Sox Dan Gambino momentarily. It's a first down for LA, and they got Jordan Poyer plugs that hole pretty quickly.
Jordan, thank God he did, because that guy had a lot of room to operate.
Most definitely a great one-on-one play, and the Rams will be out of the shotgun on second down. Oh, he's crushed as he throws.
Yes.
Oh, man.
That's the type of disruption you need from your defensive line. Let's go. Big play here. Big stop.
This year using the DBs to blitz, but since Jerry Hughes came back from injury, they've been a little bit less aggressive with it. Oh, big third down conversion. Hate to see them not be able to get off the field there.
Well, what they did was the formation kind of sucked the linebackers over towards the middle of the field. You know, because you had the bunch formation on the right-hand side, so that cornerback essentially got put on an island.
No doubt about it.
All right. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how the defense finds a way to stiffen up. You got to hope the Rams haven't figured them out already.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've been bend but don't break all year, so this is exactly where they want to be, I'd say. Time to stiffen up and hopefully hold them to a punt.
I mean, you got to keep them out of the end zone at this point. You go down by 2 scores, you're in a lot of trouble.
True.
And it's early, but...
You want to be down early on the West Coast.
All right.
Big stop behind the line of scrimmage on Jalen Richard.
There we go.
We're going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
Come on now.
Goff dropping back. Another conversion. Oh, we're down to 4th and 1?
They got him a little short. Got him a little short.
Okay.
Is this Mr. Dean Marlowe?
Yep, Dean Marlowe making a play. Let's go. What's McVay going to do? I'll take the field goal attempt here.
If you can hold them to 6 after 2 drives the way they've been moving the ball,
yeah, okay.
I consider that a win.
Watch the fake here. No good, and McDermott.
Man, the level of excitement I just felt. I just poured myself a glass of scotch out of excitement. I've got whiskey on ice, and now I've got a glass of scotch. Highland Park 12-year. Getting at the good stuff.
The thing is, these sims are relatively realistic, and then sometimes they just lose their mind like 2 special team fakes within the first quarter of the week. Shotgun for Allen. They're looking to get some room up the middle, looking to get something going on offense. They've been getting the yardage, but they got to capitalize.
Well, I think one of the biggest problems I've seen out of the offense so far is that they can't decide what it is they want to be. They stick, they're throwing the ball over the middle and they're running to the edges, and things seem like they're working. And then all of a sudden they start running out of the power I. Like, that's not what was working for you. You milk that stuff until the defense makes you change.
True, couldn't agree more. I think he came back to that ball and got a completion. As the first quarter ends, Bills trailing 3-0, but it looks like they are moving into LA territory and starting to threaten for that first Bills CD.
Oh,
Just missed the completion there. Folks, this is also a sock drive, so make sure you're following @codes_socks on Instagram and Twitter. Josh Allen dropping back. Did he come down with it?
is that
Oh!
That's what I'm talking about.
McKenzie making a play.
Isaiah McKenzie, not the player you think that would go up and get behind a defense and then go up for a contested ball and get it, but look at him go.
My goodness, talk about making plays when your team needs it most. Isaiah McKenzie, play that shout song.
Come on, come on. Come on and shout.
Came at the right time.
Welcome back, Mr. Gambino. Dan Gambino, they just locked up a sock drive. We got people following Code Socks. We got people commenting. I don't know if anybody commented McKenzie. I was seeing Moss. I was seeing everybody. I mean, and there were a ton of comments. We're going to have Gratwick look at them all right now. If you commented McKenzie, you got pretty good odds. I'll give you that.
Yeah, perfect time to comment for him. That's your guy on the jet sweep. I'm surprised it wasn't one of those. I saw him go up and get a contested ball, come down in the end zone.
Yep,
My head almost exploded because I'm like, Isaiah McKenzie on a post? What kind of a world is this? Because I want to live here more often.
No, seriously. If he can become a deep threat for the Bills, I mean, can't even tell you how many weapons are on that offense.
All right, they
Goff
fake it to
changing it up
safety.
at the line.
Whoa.
Great. Okay. So Sean McVay determined not to go away. They've had success. Both these offenses have had success, quote unquote, moving the ball, but only 10 points to show for it. That over/under in Vegas, it's pacing, folks. I'd be careful. I might log in that live over, honestly, the way these teams are playing right now.
Well, I'll tell you, the way the Rams, they keep going back to the well on this short stuff. Not in the flats, but on these intermediate routes to the outside. And the way they're spacing our defense, they're getting all this kind of. Look at this. You have a wide open slot receiver. Wide open slot receiver.
The triple pirouette, and he's got nowhere to go. Jerry Hughes says, no, no, no.
Oh, my God. What a
5
timely play.
He's throwing up the paper.
Whew, that saved us because I'll tell you, the way everybody lined up, there was nothing good coming out of that play.
I just had my interns looking into it. When a quarterback does a triple pirouette, their QB rating is -6. It is not something you want to write home about.
And that's the second sack from Jerry Hughes since his return.
Very big. His 5th on the season. The Bills could really use an invigoration of the pass rush on that line. 2nd and 20.
Short. Now stop him. Yes.
You diagnose what they're going to do. It looks like they are starting to adjust.
There it is. Start to pressure the line of scrimmage with these receivers.
3rd and 17. This is stone cold territory. Can we get the hearts up in the chat? Let's go.
I already don't. That play was doomed from the beginning. I'll tell you why. They lined up all of the receivers on one side of the field, and there was nothing else. You're throwing a long pass, which means they only have to worry about defending one half of the field. It's like taking candy from a baby for the defense.
Taking candy from a baby. I mean, some would say that's a pretty sweet deal. Speaking of sweet deals, we got all these giveaways, Gradwick Gaming, Code Socks. People asking in the chat, will there be another season after this one? The action never stops. Not will there only be more seasons after this one. Hopefully this one's not over today. There will be more seasons as well as a Gradwick Gaming game night. Do you play Rocket League? Do you play Fortnite? Do you play Call of Duty? Well, then this is going to be for you. Keep an eye out for Gradwick Gaming game night. A lot coming up. We got a lot of action, Drew, coming up, and Josh Allen and co. And by the way, I just realized you guys both have the same initials because I always call Dan Gambino DG. Boys, the Bills offense is back out on the field.
All right, let's go. Oh, woo! All right. The defensive line coming up with a big play there.
Yeah, not
Wow.
a very warm
There's an aggressive tackle.
And we got good news for Ricky. If you see Ricky out there, at Ricky, get out there and check out his feet because he just won a pair of autographed Code Socks from none other than Why So Serious himself, Stevie Johnson.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I didn't think I was going to be jealous of Ricky, but here I am, living La Vida Loca. Very jealous of my man, Ricky. Congratulations.
All right, so with safety made a great play on that last Josh Allen pass and nearly came up. That's his second almost intercepted ball.
Oh, that was bad.
Josh
That
Allen
was-
has got to,
ready
he's got to
return.
get his head on straight because this a pick here in this portion of the field, it could go for 6. You got to be careful
yeah,
of that.
It can be very dangerous. Cannot have
That's a point.
for moving the ball on offense.
Got to cover, got to cover. Way to flip the field, though, on special teams.
I mean, you've been reading about killer bees because the Bills swarmed to the ball on that one and made a big special team stop.
Killer beat from the bottom.
4th possession, 5th possession. Sorry, what'd you say, Dan?
No, I was saying Bork has bomb there. Another good
Oh,
one.
big time Bojo bomb when we needed it most.
Oh, no.
Run.
That's not what you want to see on first down.
By the way, I didn't know if you caught this, Drew, but obviously the Bills have been having some crazy stat years. Hyde in the top 5 in picks. AJ Epinesa, double-digit sacks. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, see, on draft night, I tweeted out that drafting AJ Epinesa over Dobbins and Mims was like the Bills going to a white linen steakhouse and ordering a fried bologna sandwich. But with 11, and Bills Mafia ratioed me straight to hell, which I get it. You probably should. But with double-digit sacks, how can you argue? Look at that. Speaking of sacks.
You may as well call Jerry Hughes Kane because he just sent Jared Goff straight to hell, his 2nd sack.
Wow. Man.
My goodness. Jared Goff has to realize he cannot hold the ball that long.
No, the pump fake is not working for the Rams today. It's actually just getting him in a lot of trouble.
That pirouette.
The pirouette move. The Bills defense is keyed on it.
Dan, we saw earlier this year, Jerry Hughes said the defense needed to put this team on its back, and he's doing that today in LA.
Yeah, ever since that injury, man, he's come back ready to roll and ready to hunt.
No doubt. You know the big dogs are going to hunt. Shout out to El Super. He says, I only follow Rockfire Report to watch him get ratioed. Hey, clicks are clicks, folks.
Fowler's a fowler, my friend.
Yeah.
You're nobody until somebody doesn't like you, you know?
Seriously, to be honest, to hell with people liking you. You're really not shit until people hate you.
See, but that's the thing. People don't hate me. They just look at me and they're like, first of all, how's that guy married? Second of all, why does anyone pay attention to this guy? And then they realize, oh, wait, we're just waiting for him to say the next thing that upsets everybody.
You know what you are? You're like Twitter's Joe Pesci. Like, you're just waiting to see what you say.
Oh, and into the end zone. This kicker, this punter, what is
He's
his
dropping
name?
bombs.
Who is this man?
Is that Hecker? Is it?
Something.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. We got Tony. We got Tony McStark. This is great.
Okay, let's see.
Tony McStark says, "I want this new host to narrate my life."
So
Oh
this
my
is
god.
what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Well, they just handed Josh Allen the keys. If we can score a touchdown on this drive, you're in the driver's seat for this game.
Seriously, this game is the Bills for the taking right now. They've stopped the Rams on defense the last couple drives. They're making moves. Oh, was that a face mask? That would be a great penalty for the Bills right now. Let's go.
More undisciplined play from these Rams. It's really, really surprising to me.
Yep. Pretty uncharacteristic, but hey, not surprising that if one team is going to be disciplined, it's the one led by the human clap-on, clap-off machine, Sean McDermott. We are at the 39-yard line. We are under 9 minutes to go. Folks, make sure you're dropping the hearts in the chat. Make sure you're following Rock Power Report, Gratwick Gaming, Code Sox, and, of course, Trainwreck Sports. We got a nice first down run. It kind of looked a little bit nicer than it actually was. 2nd and 4. That's where we want to be, though. That's where we want to live.
Well, he did what Devin Singletary does. He avoided contact. He got upfield. That's what you need. You need a grinder.
Oh,
and that was
I think
not
Josh
what we
Allen just went into the grinder.
needed. Ooh, we did not need that. Good Lord.
Man, it is hard to bring down Josh Allen as easily as Aaron Donald just did.
Did you say Aaron Darnold?
Yep, I combined Sam Darnold and Aaron Donald.
Listen, that guy, I mean, he had mono. There's no way he could tackle Josh Allen.
No, he could tackle him with his lips, maybe.
Or his
Bills 49-yard line they need for a first down. Josh Allen's going to throw it outside. That's not going to do it. We got a flag, though. Is that in the area of holding or roughing the passer? Holding. Okay, so they're going to decline it. Bills are going to have to punt. And I think you said it, Drew. I mean, I think they just missed a big chance there, especially with the penalty, the face mask on the Rams to do something on that drive. Take some real momentum in this game.
This is starting to feel like a real-life Bills game, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting in.
You'll be surprised how you get sucked in. It's like
I'm getting the drinkers. No, because what you guys do, it's all fun and games for you guys. What you don't understand is that during Bills games, I pace and drink out of anxiety. So now I'm watching this. My glass of scotch is almost empty, and we've been sitting here for about 40 minutes. I finished the glass of whiskey. I'm anxiety drinking. This is intense. Yes, stack them up behind the line of scrimmage. That's what you got to do. Let's go.
They have some anxiety the way this Bills defense is hounding them right now.
Man.
Drew, I got to ask you a question. So the schedule came out yesterday. If you got to look at any part of that schedule, what are the 3 most important games that you see on there?
Well, one of the things that I took away from was the fact that it was incredibly balanced. When you talk about important, I assumed, I mean, as always, that Bills versus Patriots, it's always important. And the league felt the same way because they put it on Monday Night Football. Bills versus Patriots, Monday Night Football. This is our opportunity. I mean, I said it. I wanted that matchup week 1 just so that we could start off the NFL season the way season 7 of The Walking Dead did. With a character a character that everybody loves in Bill Belichick getting bludgeoned to death on national TV. I wanted that, and they didn't give it to me. But ultimately, that's the game to me. If you look at Vegas's odds, the Bills and the Patriots are tied at, I think it's plus 190 right now to win the division, which means the odds makers see them as dead even. That game, to me, immediately becomes the most important.
Oh, no doubt.
Okay.
First and 10 for the LA Rams at the 35-yard line.
Oh, play action. He's got that bootleg. Can you get him? Oh, man, he fought for some extra yards on that.
I know, those extra 3 yards were brutal. I was thinking we were going to win out on that play with a 2nd and 5.
All right, let's see what they have. Let's see what they can dial up on defense here. They got to start dictating a little bit. I mean, the defense has done a great job of stiffening up when it matters, but at some point they have to turn this, I mean, since their offense is really struggling to move the ball, they're going to have to turn this into a field position battle, and if you're going to win that, you got to stop them before the 50.
Off of another drinking dunk. Was that short of the 45?
Let's see. Oh, they're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him. Dan, I know you were talking about booking some locations last night. What was the verdict on that?
Oh, the verdict is...
Interception!
40, 30, 20. He's brought down at the 12-yard line, but on that pass, Jared Goff had nowhere to hide. Like inside the Code Sox red zone.
Wow, and just like that, it's like I said when Josh Allen was almost throwing picks back there. You do it in the red zone, it'll get you killed. Hyde just had a beat on him the whole way, and there was no one to stop him.
You know what happened? I think Tre'Davious had man coverage, and Hyde was sitting in that zone. The receiver broke, and Hyde was basically just fair catch in that pick.
Yeah, he was looking at the
Gray
backfield.
had the coverage. He wasn't even open. The guy wasn't even open.
And Hyde's eyes were in the backfield the whole time, staring right into Goff.
That was awesome.
That's
a golden opportunity. The Bills already in the Code Sox red zone. For the Bills to go up 2 possessions on the road in L.A. A win and in scenario for the Bills here in Week 17. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
Oh. This
That's
inside running game is...
That started, Drew, with
Set
runs.
second down. Empty set, second down. Par for the course, Zach.
Yep. Swings it outside.
One of the things I'm seeing here is that the running inside for this Bills team is just not working today. They're essentially, I mean, Aaron Donald, you have to assume that's coming.
Oh, blown up the screen. Sheesh, a golden opportunity there, Mr.
And what you've done is you've gotten that crowd back into this game. You know,
Yep, you're
just
right.
when you thought you had a chance to really shut them down, now the defense stands up, makes a couple stiff plays, and you're going to kick a field goal. If you miss it, God help you.
Man, I'll tell you what, that execution, poor. I would say poor at best. They're going to line up a 25-yard chip shot for T-Bass. It's up. And it's good.
All right,
So-
2-score lead.
Bills up a touchdown. Current 3-point underdog going into this game. Up a touchdown. A couple minutes till half. You could have had more, but I guess you got to take the game in segments, boys.
You do what you can. I mean, you don't want to get greedy and go for it again? Maybe another trick field goal? We saw how that first fake worked out.
Yeah, no. McDermott probably told special teams coach, no on that one. No more fakery.
So who's going to make the next play? That's the question. The defense has been answering the call all season long. Who's going to step up and make the next play?
On that sideline, Sean McVay is telling his coordinator, his O-line coach, we have got to stop 55. And you know who's going to make the play right here to break open this game? 91, Ed Oliver, save a horse, ride a cowboy. He's going to make a play in that LA Ram backfield.
See, I'm interested to see AJ Epinesa get in here. I think if you do try to shift your line over, it's going to take away what Jerry Hughes is bringing to the table right now, which is just the heat. You're opening yourself up to some damage on that other side.
I'd like to see
Jerry
the
Hughes
cook
is fire flames right now.
What was that, Zach?
Sorry, I said Jerry Hughes is fire flames right now. You just want to keep him doing what he's doing. 3rd and 1 coming up for these LA Rams.
Oh, and the 2-minute warning hits. Now I'll tell you this: is that like NBA Jam when you said he's on fire? Like, is he heating up or is he already on fire?
Oh, he's already on fire. Like, I'd say he would need to get, like, pancaked 5 straight times. Speaking of getting pancaked, Jared Goff is sacked like a pair of flapjacks back at the 40-whatever yard line. I don't care. That's a big play for the Bills defense. Sorry.
Oh, the defense continues to answer the call.
It
God.
looked like Norman. It looked like Norman off the corner.
Yep. I was telling Drew that, Dan, before you got here, they've had a lot of success being aggressive with those DBs this season.
Yeah, they've been
Man.
bringing them up to the line and bringing them off the corners. I think Teron Johnson has 3 sacks in the past 4 weeks or something of that sort. But they've been
No.
bringing.
Now I'll tell you this: if I get another deep post reception from Isaiah McKenzie, I'll probably just black out.
Bills overload. Bills take over at the 25, 107 seconds on the clock. Allen looking to run, not probably advised of the decision.
Yeah.
90 seconds left on the clock. Quick shout out to all the Bills Mafia tuning in. We're at 150 on Facebook, a whole handful on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Love you guys tuning in. Love you guys watching this game with us all over. Comment what you think of Rock Power Report. We might have to fire him at halftime. People are saying he's under heat. 82 seconds to go. 3rd and 7 for the Bills. Oh, he's rolling right. Josh
All right,
Allen.
let's go.
Out of bounds.
Oh, no!
Fourth and 1.
What
What do you do here, Maniac? What do you do?
Oh, you got to kick it away. Your defense is a brick wall right now. I would love to go for it, but you have to kick it away. The way your defense is playing. Gotta hope this is a Bojo bomb. Nope, through the end zone. You'll take the 46-yard net, but sheesh, that set of downs was just awful. The Bills. I mean, this is one of those games, and you said it, Drew. Very realistic. The Bills have put themselves in amazing opportunities to be leading this game by 2 scores, maybe even more. But they have squandered them so far, and the Rams are still in it.
They're still applying the pressure. They're still bringing the heat, bringing the safeties up to the line on their last play.
Yeah, defense is going to put this team on its back. 3-man line, so they got the 8 dropping back, but... Oh, wait. Pick! Picked! Josh Norman with the interception along the sideline. An ill-advised throw by Goff, and the Bills will take over at the 31-yard line. Man, Jared Goff is throwing this game right now for the Rams.
Yeah, that ball was on the outside of his body, not where you want to put it, with underneath cover. And Norman
Wait,
went up.
you know what it was that we saw on that play? There was a 3-man rush. They've been getting heat all day. They didn't get to him there, but they had so many people in coverage that, yeah, the receivers were blanketed.
And that clock's going. Once that clock starts on every down and you get a little heat on you, get to that 2-second mark, and that ball's going to come out.
Yeah,
All right.
that goes to left. Oh, man, that that scared me for a second.
All right, but it stops the clock. Come on.
Got to get rid of it. Open receiver over the middle, trying to make too many moves. Bills will take a timeout.
Well, in that kind of position, they're going to give you the middle of the field all day long. You want to take it, but you probably shouldn't.
They want to throw it there. 3rd and 7. Bills need inside the 21-yard line for a first down. Still have one timeout. Trying to set up the screen, and they can't do it. They tried to set up a couple screens this game. Dable must have seen something on film, but they have yet to execute on one.
Yeah, they've had a lot of inconsistencies.
That's got to be frustrating. That's got to be frustrating if you're the head coach. You're just watching your offense out here wasting just a dime piece of a performance in the first half by your defense.
45-yarders up for T-Bass, and it's good. The Bills have grinded this one out, gentlemen. A 13-3 lead. The defense is playing brick wall. I mean, I think we'd be feeling pretty good in real life, but yeah, it's just frustrating because the offense has left at least 7 to 10 points on the field.
And that's been the sediment the whole season long, Zach, is taking their foot off the pedal. They don't know how to push it all the way down and finish through the end. Let's see if they can make up for it on defense yet again.
Who can forget when they lost at San Francisco when they were leading by 12, driving with 10 minutes to go? 13-3. Let's see. Jared Goff, the numbers aren't awful completion-wise, just those 2 picks. Very gaudy. Let's see if if Sean McVay trusts him here before half.
Bunch set.
With that pressure in his face, it's going to be short stuff. You know it.
Yep, Rams get a screen. It's going nowhere. They're going to have to take a timeout. No, they go no huddle. That was silly. Very poor management thinking they could line up quickly. 15 seconds left. 12. They're not going to run a play here. A little fake out. Okay, they want to get off the field. Well, I'm going to give you some breaking news real quick. See what we got here. Shams Charania, one of the top NBA reporters. Oh, no. 2 seconds left. They are running a play. Okay, it's over. We're going into half. 13-3 Bills. We're going to take that, folks. Because everyone's curious about sports, I know, watching. To NBA players were told on a call Friday, if season resumes, there's not going to be any fans. 40% of league revenue comes from fans. Season decision will be made in June. Until vaccine, there's going to be risk. Oh, so it's really not any updates. Okay, sorry. Thought I had breaking. Instead, we have a 13-3 lead, gentlemen. And there you see the AFC playoff picture.
But that's interesting because that's actually the topic of this week's Rockpile Report podcast. We're talking about the economic kind of realities for the NFL in terms of a season. There's a lot of one of the things that we're going to kind of illustrate for people is that while some of these sports leagues are very much beholden to the gate, one of the things that the NFL, I mean, the NFL is the richest North American sports league. The way it got there is by having the richest TV contracts in history. And so through that, with people quarantined inside, those TV dollars, you could almost make more money off of that than, I mean, what is it? Last year, they were the most profitable they've ever been, and they set a 15-year low for ticket sales and gate revenue. So with that said, out of any sport in North America that could still take place, even if fans can't immediately get into the seats, it's the NFL.
Yeah, the product, it's something. Basically, it seems like the speculation right now is that there's going to be like a couple fan representatives per section, it seems like. That was what was being discussed today, it seems.
I don't feel like I could sit there alone in my section and just hang out. I feel like that would just be anarchy.
Yeah, I would definitely want people around me. I mean, it's just going to be for the safety of the fans, though, and it's going to be done by what the states say, because I read somewhere that they're not opening up anything until all of the cities that have NFL teams open up.
Yeah. That's the thing. I was going to say, the Miami game week 2 would have been awesome the way Florida's operating, Dan.
Oh, yeah. They're getting ready to open up the beaches and everything. So it's
I mean, come on, it's Florida. I mean, people throw alligators through fast food restaurant windows, drive-through windows. I mean, it's Florida.
Doesn't every story start with Florida man?
Florida man is the Hall of Fame. Second and 11. Allen with a good pocket out of the I formation over the middle. We
Is
got
that
to
a
catch
good
business, gents.
Is that a good play out of the I formation? I feel like that's the first one I've seen from this team all day.
You're being a big-time hater on the I formation, but it's okay.
Listen, there's no I in team. There might be one in win, but if the Bills can't find a way to make it work, there won't be either of those things.
Yeah, they do a lot of shotgun single bet like they're doing right now.
Good.
A lot.
Open up the middle of the
I
field.
formation or shotgun is their bread and butter.
But you even saw it right there. When they go shotgun spread like that, it opens up the middle of the field and gives you options. You can run the ball. You can throw it to the outside. I like it.
Yeah, that inside handoff has been working the last couple of weeks. So let's see if they can just do this all the way down the field. Eat the clock.
3rd and inches coming up. What do you think of the shotgun here? You got to hand it, right?
If there was ever an opportunity for an NFL football team to run the power I and have me not yell at them for it, it would be right there. But Dawson Knox!
Big time play by Dawson Knox. I tell you, he's been a security blanket for this offense all season, and he is there, makes the catch, holds on to it. I'll tell you what, if he can make those kind of catches in traffic this season, folks, the expectations that you've been seeing, 11 to 12 wins for the Bills, is totally conceivable. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, just with the talent that you have, Diggs, Beasley, and Brown around him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you think back to last year, there were so many games where Dawson Knox had opportunities. You know, Matt Perino was on our show from New York Upstate, and he said something about how the Bills needing to draft a replacement tight end or bring in another more. Oh!
There he goes. He broke it.
Oh! To the house! Yes, sir!
Oh, baby, hit the show!
Make me wanna kick your heels up and throw your hands up and throw your head back and come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout, yeah, 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 yeah. Shout it right now,
Motorin. What's your price for flight? Oh my God! What a run by Devin! Look at it.
Oh, my God.
Getting Pat, he does what he does, man. Contact. The man doesn't fear it, and he can slide off of it.
Devin Singletary with a big touchdown run on the first drive of the half. He's fired up. He's telling the defense, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to put this offense on my back. We're taking a photo even though there's 26 minutes left in this game. We're going to act like we want it. It's 23. Jared Goff is unfollowing Sean McVay on Instagram. We got a lot of crazy things going on.
You know who just took a deep breath of and let out a sigh of relief is Josh Allen. Because right now his defense and that running game has really let him off the hook.
The only other person I was going to say patting him on the back while he takes that deep breath is Dable. Yeah, they've let him off the hook. Jason Tuell. You say towel, I said Tuell. Let's call the whole thing off, but we won't. Slide into those Gratwick Productions DMs. You are the t-shirt winner, folks. Congratulations, Jason T, for winning. Thanks for entering, folks. Keep watching along with us because you never know with Gratwick Gaming, with Code Sox, when another giveaway is going to strike. And when this Bills offense or this Bills defense is going to strike.
Well, I'll tell you this is a must-have drive for the Rams. You have to have some production. I wouldn't be shocked if McVay digs into his bag of tricks here on this one.
Oh, man, that was bottled up from the start.
Our defense is playing like their hair's on fire. You got to love it. Got to love it. All right, so they're going to take this thing back. They're going to roll. Oh, the play action. Oh, the dagger. They're making ballsy. I told you, a shot had to be coming because the Rams have to score on this drive if they're going to stay in this game. That's the type of play calling, even knowing that their quarterback would be under fire, that you were probably going to see from this Rams offense.
Yeah, Dan Andrew, that's frustrating. I mean, I hate to say it. You know down 17, you know where the ball is going. You don't get killed by a 5-yard pass. You don't even get killed by a 12-yard pass. But see, a big chunk play like that. Even to our boy Bobby Woods, it looks like. Little
It's one of those things where you just do it. You do what you've been doing until the offense makes you adjust. Now you're probably going to see a correction to that.
Well, the Rams obviously picked up right where Keenan Allen left off last week. Keenan Allen would torch us over the top the whole game yesterday.
Drew, Keenan Allen went 4 catches for 200 yards for 3 touchdowns.
Jesus!
Oh, we got a flag. Was that a roughing the passer? What happened? Epinesa bottled up Goff. Oh, that was
holding. Decline that.
Decline.
Please tell me this is declined. Please tell me this is declined.
If they accepted it, I would literally fire McDermott on the spot from the announcer booth. They need
Get
the
in there. With pressure coming.
Nope, out of bounds.
All right.
Okay, so 3 possession games, so technically the Rams need these 3 points at some point, so we're going to try and make plays. Shout out everyone in the chat. Paul Burden, Jason T, James Sandoval, Chris Russell, Nick Deffendorf, shout out Dan Champlin, Chris Russell, Tony McStark. We got all of those following along. I'm Maniac with my co-host Dan Gambino, CEO of Code Sox, and Drew Gear, head honcho, well, co-head honcho, I'd say, over at Rock Bar Report. I don't want to cause any controversy.
Man.
Lining up the 42-yard field goal.
What I love is looking in the Facebook chat and somebody comments, they're like, oh, Drew acts like he's the only one who paces and drinks during Bills games. Yeah, you may pace and drink, but I have gifts made of me by my producer because I scare people out of my home. And yet 14, 15 people every week show up at my house during away games to watch the Sunday Ticket and the Bills game and hang out in my basement. And then later that day, 2, 3, 4 hours later, I'm getting angry text messages from just like, dude, why are you such a jerk?
Yeah, don't come to my house, right?
Oh, exactly. They're like, listen, I love it. I love it. The Bills' anxiety, it becomes, I don't know. I usually end up shirtless sitting in the backyard in a folding chair somewhere. My wife has to come get me before the sun goes down. Oh, that is a big sack.
Yeah, if you're the Rams, you need a kind of a swing play, something to happen and put the Bills to a 2nd and long is something to contribute towards that.
Well, and this is where you almost got to wonder, Maniac, if you're the Bills, how conservative do you want to be? Because right now you're backed up because of the sack. Josh Allen's thrown 2 interceptable balls already. Do you really want to keep testing that secondary? Something terrible happening could swing the whole momentum of this thing.
You're right. I think they made a nice conservative play call in second down. Bring up first man for 3rd and 9. Empty set for Allen. They're going to go over the middle. Incomplete. Oh, I thought he had a receiver, but slides in there incomplete. And that is exactly what the Bills didn't need. A quick 3 and out.
Quick 3 and out with no time coming off the clock. Even more importantly, we saw this in the past couple sims where they don't take any time off the clock and it ends up biting them in the back end.
I'm waiting to see some of this almost MVP-esque Josh Allen that you guys have been pumping me up about.
Very fair point. But these are fair points. That was a 58-yarder off of Bojo, a.k.a. Bojo bomb. Let's go.
Paul Burden said this is reminding me of the Niners. Can we not talk about that Niners game?
Cannot talk about that. Drew, you literally would have broken your device, whatever you were watching on, if you saw it happen.
Oh my God! Oh no! Ooh, this seems late. Maybe defensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, late hit out of bounds, I think. Something you never see. Levi Wallace trying to catch up with the player. Late hit, and the Rams will be instantly in business up to the 32-yard line.
Wow.
Anybody get flashback of the Niners game? The Niners game.
Don't bring up the Niners game.
Are you by talking about it? Are we almost willing it into existence?
I have PTSD.
That's definitely what the Jets trying to do. They're rolling right. Goff is looking deep. Touchdown. Oh my gosh. So this is where all the drives where you got field goals and you didn't turn into prime points is going back to bite you now.
Well, now you can't let the panic set in. as a play caller, what you got to do is you got to figure out, okay, we were having success running to the outside and throwing over the middle, but we've got away from that in the last few drives. Go back to what was working for you early on. Try to see if you can string enough of those plays together to make something happen for you, because whatever your play calling has comprised of over the last quarter and a half, it has not been good.
Not good indeed. I can't believe what a swing from events these last 5 minutes of this game. The Rams are right back in it, trailing by a touchdown. Folks, shout out to all the Bills Mafia tuning in. This is a Week 17 matchup. Bills are in a win and in situation for the division. Shout out to the 150 strong going on Facebook. I'm Maniac of Trainwreck Sports, joined by Dan Gambino of Code Sox and True Gear of Rock Power Report. We are watching along. This Bills offense needs to get some production if they're going to stave off this Rams comeback, which already seems like it's somewhat underway.
Like I said, this has been the blueprint all season long. How do you start? How do you hold on to the lead? How do you finish? And finishing is what they need to do. And Josh Allen coming out, hopefully can drive him down and get the W.
David Serrano says, run the ball, kill the clock.
Whoa! That's what you do. You do that right there. This empty set running game, not empty set, but the spread running game has really been working for him. I'd say you ride it until the defense adjusts.
Yeah, I think you're 100% on the money there. This run game has been rock and roll, and when you spread out the Rams defense, you don't want to bring them all in with that powerful front game.
No.
We can see you do that I formation here just when we're seeing that. And they're going to plunge, but they get a nice first down run.
It's okay. I mean, it's not terrible. I have a question. Where is TJ Yeldon? I thought he was making hay here for the Buffalo Bills this season.
He had a three touchdown game about 3-4 games ago, and he's coming for a couple of good yards here and there, but he hasn't put up the productivity like he did in weeks 6 through 10.
Man, what a time for a guy to fade. I mean, this right now you got to come. I would do what you're doing right now and come at these guys with your running backs. Oh, that's a nice play. Woo!
Big.
Yes, sir. Get around the corner.
The jet sweep, usually that's Isaiah McKenzie. They give it to Beasley. Takes it for 5 yards.
The defense probably figured he was too old to ever catch the corner like that. They were like, nah, that guy, he can't be. It can't be a real jet sweep.
Going to that.
Hey, we are just outside. Where, Dan?
Code Sox red zone.
2nd and 6. Allen shotgun hands it off. We got some room, Drew. That spread running game is rocking. That spread running game is rolling.
Devin Singletary has just been devastating his defense out of those formations all day long. At some point, look at this, the spread running game. And at some point, what you're going to want to see is them try to take a play action and just take a shot at this defense out of that formation since the run's been working so well.
I don't know if McDermott saw that Drew Gear was in the booth, but Dan, I can't remember the last time Devin Singletary got 15 plus carries.
No, he was averaging 6 to 8. We were seeing it with shades of. There we go. Out.
Yes! Yes,
Heat in the street, heat on your feet. Devin Singletary, nice run, touchdown. Bills up 26 to 10. 13.
I will gladly eat a little crow on the fact that they use that formation.
You can come on anytime you want as long as they keep running the ball like this, Drew.
Oh, this is incredible. Josh, it's funny. It's almost fitting that Josh Allen regresses, but the running game comes on strong when I'm on here to watch this. Because I'm looking at the numbers going, there's no way Josh Allen's having this type of season. It's not possible.
Good, bad, ugly,
Kick your heels up and throw your hands up and throw your head back and come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Right. Again, it'll be interesting to see. These Rams are desperate, and they showed the play action now. 2 drives in a row where they needed a touchdown. It was keyed by play action passes. Interesting to see if our secondaries learn something from that.
Well, let me tell you something. I think this defense now that they've seen this offense score, it's blood in the water time. They know if they can make one play, they know if they can make one impact on this game, it could be all she wrote.
Big play. Who's going to make it? Jerry Hughes off the edge. Oh, my God. Jerry Hughes beat his man. Oh, it was a great catch.
Out to get to Goff on that play.
Jerry Hughes had just come clean of his man, and I smelled another sack, but he got the ball out of there. He got it out quick. Some heat on it.
Is there... I'm not going to lie. When Devin Singletary scored that touchdown, you let out like a primal scream, which is just the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Is dialing it up too much? Is that a thing at this juncture in the game? At the score that it's at?
Ooh, nice play.
Oh, I think you got to leave it all on the field here. You got to hit him with your best shot.
Well, you know they're passing. So at that point, you send the pressure. I mean, that was a good run blitz from the linebacker, but you got to stay on Goff now. Put the pressure on him. If you lay back and let him come at you, bad things happen. I mean, just ask the Falcons, who thought they had a Super Bowl one just because they scored, what was it, 28 points?
No, you're absolutely right. The game is not over, especially in the modern-day NFL where you can score 14 in less than 5 minutes easily.
Hey, ask the Houston Texans how cool it is to go up 24-0 in the first quarter.
Seriously, no. You're absolutely right.
Oh, it can all unravel real quick.
Al Pacino, Game of Inches. You got to have heart. Gene Hackman.
Hey, I'll say this. One of the most inspirational speeches I've ever seen in my entire life is the Al Pacino not training day, Any Given Sunday speech.
Oh, of course.
They're right there. They're in front of a face. Hoo-ah.
I'm a sucker for Rudy.
4th and 7. There we go. They have to punt. They can't go for this.
Oh, of course. Rudy is one of the all-time inspirational flicks. I think that even, surpasses the typical sports movie inspirational category, just, inspirational overall top 10.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to any of you guys here. Haven't seen Rudy.
Oh, no.
I've watched every football movie in existence. Haven't watched Rudy.
Well, I hope you don't like politics. You just lost about 300.
Yeah, listen. People in the comments already said it. They live to watch the Rockpile Report get ratioed. Here we go.
The ratio roller coaster.
That's a holding call coming back.
Holding offense.
This offense just continues to bog down in the moments where it really can't afford to. This has been a rough day for this crew, except for on the ground. I mean, the running game has been the one bright spot of this thing.
No doubt about it. The running game has bailed them out. And speaking of bailing us out, shout out to all Bills Mafia tuning in. We got 150 on Facebook. We got about 40 on Twitter. Love you guys. Shout out to everyone tuning in all over. It's the fourth quarter. Get those fours up in the chat. Josh Allen and Co can kind of put this one away with a good drive here.
That almost looked like he made a play, but it almost looked like it could have been a safety. That gave me flashbacks to the Houston game, to the Steelers game. He's got to figure that out. That's terrifying.
Even the Dallas game when he rolled out and found Beasley.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
The first 2 seconds of play for sure.
Yeah, he looked like he was going down.
He's just so the way he's comfortable in traffic and just with these huge guys running around him is just it's frightening sometimes.
Today, Knox seems to be the only receiver that really can get on the same page with Josh Allen. Or is it vice versa? Josh Allen is Knox the only guy he can see?
Knox is definitely his security blanket for sure. PJC, the Bills' last touchdown was Devin Singletary. They've been pounding the ball on this Rams squad.
Shout out to Super Mexican on Twitter, talking about how he's way too excited to watch this on Twitter. We love you, brother.
It's all about, we're all enjoying each other. Hope you're enjoying a nice beverage or whatever, whatever you do for enjoyment. Friday night, enjoying these Bills with you guys.
Let's go. All right. Josh Allen's starting to lean on his athleticism a little bit here in this quarter. It's an interesting move.
I thought he should have busted that one out to the right. He did the same cutback he did at the goal line.
It's fun. I used to yell at my son for watching other people play video games on YouTube or whatever. And now here, these are our live sports. How the tables have turned.
It is.
Oh my!
I told my parents I wanted to grow up and play video games in like the 90s and early 2000s. They looked at me like I was the laziest kid of all time.
Yeah, now what? Now what? E-gaming is one of the. It's huge. It's ridiculous.
Profitable, but it's all good. Speaking of profitable, these Rams face match penalties hugely profitable for this Bills offense, and they will be into Ram territory.
Wow, I'm just astounded by just the sheer number of brain farts that this Rams defense has had today. It's incredible.
We are counted out. Now, I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to bring it up since we talked about it. This is basically exactly where they were in the 49ers game. Literally the exact same part of the field, up 2 scores to Drew. Imagine that. But they need to learn from that and finish this one out.
Well, that's it. Look at this. Look at him pound the rock with Devin Singletary. Oh my God!
Everybody's getting a taste now. Yeldon.
Oh, they yelled it?
Grabbing
Roll Tide! Roll Tide, young man. Roll Tide.
Incredible. And where are we, Dan?
Code Sox Red Zone.
Let's go, baby. The Bills could absolutely put this one away with a touchdown here. DeMarco and the big hogs on the field. They're going toss right, Drew.
Oh, and that collapsed. This formation is... I'm going to lose my mind. I'm good. Oh, Maniac, what is this formation? Sometimes it pays dividends, and other times it's boom or bust. I don't know why they keep going back to it.
You know what they shouldn't call it I formation. They should call it Dr. Jekyll and Hyde.
Well, I'd like to see DeMarco get the touchdown for you, Zach. This way we can really celebrate this victory.
Oh, that would be monster. We're going fake sweep to Beasley. Now he's wheeling it out to Beasley, and he's batting out of bounds. Terrible. We need the 5-yard line.
Oh, here we go. We're back in the eye. Great. I'm sure this will end in disaster.
Here we go. You know what? Good conservative play call. 3-score game is all that matters, Drew. 3-score game is all that matters.
It's fair. It wasn't a monstrous tackle for a loss like the last attempt, so I'll take that.
Run the ball, run the clock, run to the bus, run home.
Yeah, absolutely. We could just keep running. Let's keep, like Forrest Gump, let's just keep running. Why stop at the bus? Why stop at home? Come on now.
Wait, are we going to keep running, or are we going to keep running?
Bro.
Sean McVay is looking on LinkedIn for new jobs, folks. TikTok, and we are not talking social media apps. Tyler Bass field goal is up.
Boom.
Bills lead 30-13 here on this Ratwick Gaming Sim. I'm Maniac, joined by Dan Gambino, joined by Drew Gear. We are having a time, folks. We hope you're having a time as well. I see 150 out on Facebook. We're chiming in. This Bills Mafia, it's just great to see them taking care of business. We're out here watching, and it's good to see the Bills taking care of business out in L.A.
Hey, how many of the people out there going to the home opener have tickets, flying in? How many people are psyched up and pumped for that game? We got the Ghost Seeker, Darnold, coming in against our great defense and our revamped offense.
I mean, obviously, I know it's tacky, but the Ghostbusters theme is going to be on lock for that game, right?
Oh, you know they're going to have it. They're going to have it keyed up. It's probably going to be... The first time he throws a pick, you know it's going to be played. And you know he's going to throw a pick because he's actually, for as much as Jets fans like to talk, I've seen him throwing it around that Sam Darnold hasn't lost in Buffalo. You know what he hasn't done is played a clean game. He's had to come from behind in both of them, one of them against backups. Don't do that. Don't lose to a team week 17 that's benched its starters. And yet Sam Darnold almost did it. I'm not afraid of them, and I'm not afraid of that weak offensive line. I feel like Le'Veon Bell, last night during the show, Deion Sanders had a, ooh, is this a face miss against the Bills? Ooh, that hurts.
Not what you want to see. Harlow, not what you want to see. Shout out Kyle Patrick Washington. He thinks Drew Gear is the man. And you know what? I agree with you, KP. I think he is the man.
No, Kyle's my boy. Kyle's my boy. You know what we do? We swap beers from across the country, he and I.
Oh, so you guys import-export business.
Anybody else who's out there, listen, you live in a city outside of Buffalo and you're a Bills fan, you want a taste of what's brewing locally, get a hold of us at Rockpile Report on Twitter. We'll work it out. We'll operate a swap program. Let's do this.
Big time beer connoisseurs over there at Rockpile.
Oh, nice breakup.
You know what we got to do is we got to have you guys collab with our guy Burrs, who's been trying out some drinks. I saw you two going back and forth one day.
Yeah, because he was drinking some swill that was like Yoo-Hoo. I think it was a PBR cold.
Yoo-hoo.
He was drinking Yoo-Hoo. I thought this went out of style in elementary school, but apparently not. I would love to do a collaboration with Burrs.
He's got Orangina up next, Zach?
Yeah, I think he's got Sunny Delight for his weekend special.
Look at Matt Milano coming up big, making a play.
Did he try and one-hand that pick? I feel like
He did. He did.
I'll tell you what, the really terrible thing about Matt Milano, and I hate to say this, is how handsome he is. All right, 52-yarder coming up here for the Rams. They need this, folks, or I'll tell you what, they are going to be flatlined. It's up. It's a line drive into that wind. And it is no good. Gostkowski, but instead it's just Sean McVay recording a TikTok, looking for something else to do, because this game is just about wrapped up.
It's almost all over, but the crying. Woo! Look at him. Look at the face. Come on now. And here comes Josh Allen sprinting out to the field saying, guys, let's just run this thing out and go home so no one reminds me, no one notices how bad I did today.
Yep. Well, no, time to pad those stats. Time to get up to like 240, 250, and throw another TD in there. Hey, shit, I see you out there, Jimmy Bryan. It's all good. Running out of the spread again. Great success.
Boom.
Yeah, that motor's been running all day long.
Devin Singletary, 125 yards. Tell you, we might have a little Devin Singletary cooking up in our backyard here in Amherst. Jarrett Patterson. Don't know if you guys have seen that running back much out of Buffalo. I know you guys have watched a couple games of this. He is a stud.
Oh, we are just gutting them with the run at this point. I mean, how are you allowing this to happen? If you
LA should be embarrassed, to be honest. I think the friends and family section is starting to clear out. Got to beat that expressway traffic.
Let's talk about Moss. What kind of a role is he going to play this year on the 2020 Bills?
I would say, in my opinion, the biggest factor for Moss, I think Singletary is going to be good for it. Really depends on Yeldon. If they believe as much in Yeldon as they're leading you to believe, I think I could see Moss with, 4 to 6 touches a game at most. I could also see him with more than that if they're bluffing with Yeldon,
Yeah, true.
What was that? I'm sorry, I missed you.
Oh, no, you're good. The inside handoff. I was asking, what's Moss? What do you think his outfit's going to be for the Bills this year in the 2020 season?
For the Bills this year in 2020, I think he's going to take a lot of that early down work. I think that they're going to, but again, here's the caveat. You watch what this franchise does with rookies. McDermott never just hands a rookie a job. He makes you earn it. Singletary had to earn it from Gore. Milano had to earn it from some guy named Ramon Humber. Oh, and he slides. I'm salty about all this, but I understand why he does it, because he needs to know these rookies are ready before he throws them in. So
Even Ed Oliver wasn't starting off the game out here. Touchdown!
There we go! That's the finisher, baby! Woo! What are we talking about? Let's go!
Now the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
I just took my shirt off. What happened? Where am I?
Now, baby. Come on,
I'm shirtless in the room drinking scotch, guys. What just happened?
come on and shout.
TJ Yeldon.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Man, I'll tell you what, we called that Bills offense out in the first half, but they delivered in the second half. Dabo must have ran down from the booth and let that offense happen. Probably told the Hogs up front to get it done.
He probably figured out. He said, "Listen, boys, Josh Allen's having one of those days. You guys got to get this thing done. You, Moss, Yeldon, Singletary. Go win this thing.
Jason Toel said, I'll drink scotch to that.
Damn right. Now, but to your point about Zach Moss is going to be one of those guys this year for the Buffalo Bills that I think gets, by week 5, 6, he should be seeing a ton of early down work, but in the first few weeks, big sack. I just don't know that you can trust him. And there's Ed Oliver. I don't think this coaching staff will trust him, but Jesus Christ, there's a guy, again, who got slow played, but now is a force for this team, both on the field and in simulation. Ed Oliver. Jeez.
Yeah, my goodness. I'll tell you what, his growth over last year was just awesome. And we are looking at the playoff bracket, folks. You don't want to look ahead, but with a 20-plus point lead, less than 5 minutes to go, it's probably relatively safe. You never want to speak too soon. We are going to see, looks like they're going to be playing the Texans.
Oh, no. No, say it ain't so. Oh, all right.
Say this, so I was contribution for last year.
Oh, yeah, no, I want my pound of flesh. Don't get me wrong. But I'll tell you, that game left scars. I mean, just ask everybody who was in attendance. I had about 24 people packed into my house. And again, there was even children present. And by the end of it, I knew I couldn't not swear, so I just went outside.
See, it's funny. We were watching that in my garage down there in Tampa, and my son ran out of the room when there was 3 minutes left when he turned the ball over. And I ran inside and I grabbed him. I looked at him. I said, "Dude, welcome to being a Bills fan. Now come and sit down and watch the rest of the game." And he sat, and they came back. Had that good dad. Yes, I told you they're gonna win this. And then he started crying again, and they lost.
How good did it feel when Hauschka nailed that field goal and sent it to OT?
Oh,
it's bad vibe.
It's crazy because it happened at the Jets game. For the week 1, we went to the Harry Buffalo in Orlando, promote the Sox, and hang out with the good people at the Orlando Bills backers. And I grabbed him because he was getting upset. I could see it in his 9-year-old face. He was starting to well up a little bit. And I said, "Buddy, this is a game the Bills win. Watch." And they came back to win. And it made the day better. It made the hour and a half drive home better. And I thought that was happening again. And after he ran inside and he was crying, and I walked back in when I lost, I looked at him again and said, "Welcome to being a Bills fan, buddy. Just makes next year even better."
That's it. I mean, I had that almost same experience with my father, except it was the home run throwback. And my dad looked at me and goes, "Life isn't fair," and just went to his room and shut his door. Didn't slam it, closed it quietly. And I was like, "Oh my God, he's a man defeated." And then I felt defeated. And that's when I realized, like, this is what it is when you sign up to be a Bills fan. You sign up for this feeling right here.
Yeah, and I was telling Zach yesterday, I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade when the Bills lost and 9th, when the Bills lost the 4 Super Bowls. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't change the sports life in those 4 years for anything. Because everything that's going on, not just the Bills, the Bulls, the Sabres were hot. May Day was around that time. There was such a vibe in the city, and I could see that vibe coming back. So the Sabres could start winning again, and the Bills keep going the way they are. That city, man, it's awesome when the Bills and the Sabres are both winning.
Now, I'm hoping that this becomes a thing. I have my first child on. We're due in 3 weeks. I'm going to have a little Drew Gear running around, and I'm hoping that there's not a whole... I'm hoping that the Bills are good enough that there's not a whole lot of expletive-laden just tirades going on in my house over the course of the next season.
Yeah, well, good luck on that. Congratulations on the little one. That's exciting. So a whole other... It's a lot.
Speaking of exciting, the Buffalo Bills seem like they've just put the icing on what is a playoff clinching victory in Los Angeles. Man, this feels good. Maniacs, thank you so much for inviting me to this.
Of course. Well, we always want to have you on, man.
Ah, man. I'm fired up. Now, but you know what? You know who doesn't appreciate this is my wife, because she's going to be stuck with me drinking all night. Because now I'm just keyed up. This is great.
But
Well,
she's the
speaking of being
DD.
teed up, I mean, I'm pretty sure Gratwick Gaming wants to get Wild Card Weekend ASAP and bring it in 10 minutes.
Let's go.
Everyone out there, Bills Mafia, we are going to take a brief break, and it could be Wild Card Weekend before you know it. Stay tuned. Go get some popcorn. Go get some snacks. And stay tuned for more action from Gratwick Gaming. Again, big shout out to our co-host Dan Gambino. Huge to our special guest host Drew Gear. Hopefully he won't hate us too much. Never come back on again. Or hopefully his wife doesn't disown him after coming on. Most importantly, shout out to the little one, folks. Shout out to you for tuning in. And as you know, with Gratwick Gaming, Rock Pile Report, Code Sox, and Trainwreck Sports, this train